The National Rifle Association is in a bit of a pickle. They have been trying to wiggle out of a lawsuit by filing for bankruptcy. A judge has rejected that attempt. Where does this leave the gun lobby? Welcome to the Political Watchman. On May 11, a federal judge in Dallas found that the NRA did not file for bankruptcy in good faith. This means that the case will be dismissed. The NRA filed for bankruptcy on January 15 because of a lawsuit from New York State Attorney General Letitia James against the gun group and 4 of its current and former officials. Some details on the lawsuit. New York State Attorney General, Letitia James, is suing the National Rifle Association and 4 of its current and former officials. Professor Brian Mittendorf from Ohio State University explains what this means for the NRA. He researches nonprofits and has studied the NRA for years. The NRA, the top gun advocacy group, is in trouble with New York's legal authorities. They say that the NRA improperly made millions of dollars. They did this by paying executives money and calling it a business expense, but they didn't do any work. The people in charge of the NRA have done something wrong. They are Wayne LaPierre, John Fraser, Wilson Phillips, and Joshua Powell. 3 things are happening. First, the NRA is spending money to benefit their executives. Second, they let organizations give benefits to their executives. Third, they are not disclosing these transactions in their filings with the government. There's a link to an article on this lawsuit in the description section. What happens now that they are not in bankruptcy? The NRA is not in bankruptcy anymore. They can now do what they were going to do before they went bankrupt, including the lawsuits from New York State. In his analysis, Judge Harlan Hale followed the process required by Section 1112(b) of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. This talks about dismissing a case. First, he looked at all available evidence to see what the NRA's primary purpose was for filing bankruptcy. Though the NRA gave many different reasons for Chapter 11, the judge found an attempt to dodge the lawsuit in New York. Next, Hale found that the NRA's bankruptcy was not good faith, because it wanted to get an unfair advantage in the New York case. He also found that it would not be good for the NRA's creditors or the NRA if a trustee were appointed instead of having the case dismissed. This means that the NRA has changed in recent years. They have made changes to how they are organized and how they publish things. The NRA has a lot of money. If necessary, it can use this money to fix serious problems without going bankrupt. What happens to the leaders? All legal actions against the NRA will happen in the same place they started. In their response, the NRA said that it should meet its opponents in New York, not Texas. If the bankruptcy was supposed to delay or change where the lawsuits happen, those efforts failed. What if the NRA owes me money? This new ruling will allow creditors to take all of the NRA's money. If anyone gets a judgment against the NRA, they will be able to get it paid back with all of the NRA's money. If the National Rifle Association had stayed in bankruptcy, it would have been able to pay its workers less money. If it left, people could now collect on debts owed outside of bankruptcy according to non-bankruptcy law. The bankruptcy case has shown that the NRA has weaknesses in its management. It also showed that the NRA could afford to pay all of its debts.